So the last time the Ghostbusters franchise was seen by moviegoers was back in 2016 with the Paul Feig-helmed reboot, starring Kristen, Wiig, and Melissa McCarthy. After that film wasn't actually received well, most of us just kind of accepted that the series was done. Out of 3 films, we got one really good, iconic entry, a fairly decent follow-up, and the other one. So on the whole, not a bad run. So when we heard that Jason Reitman, the son of Ivan Reitman, the director and producer of the first 2 films, was taking a swing at the series with a direct sequel to Ghostbusters 2, seemingly ignoring Ghostbusters 2016, a lot of us fans were hesitantly optimistic. And now we finally got the first official trailer for the film, entitled Ghostbusters Afterlife. And it looks pretty flippin' interesting. So let's go ahead and break the trailer down, seeing what kind of stuff we can expect from this long-awaited 3rd entry in the series. Or 4th? You know what? Let's just get into it.
Come on, darling.
The trailer opens with an establishing shot, showing us that this film is taking place far away from the classic Ghostbusters setting of New York City. Instead, the film is going to be set in a small rural town, as Stranger Things and IT alum Finn Wolfhard has moved out to the area with his family due to some financial woes. And times seem to be tough indeed, as the family has been forced to move out to a very rundown looking farmhouse that was left for them by their grandfather, who is hinted later on in the trailer to be Egon Spengler, originally played by Harold Ramis, who sadly passed away in 2014. We can deduce this is the case by the fact that the Egon suit is the one that we see later on in the trailer. Finn and a local girl hang out by an old oil well for a bit. Then we get our first taste of the supernatural in this trailer, as the group of teens stare down into the oil well, which is now illuminated by an ominous glow. Then some green stuff flies outward. Spooky. Paul Rudd's voice is then heard, explaining that some very odd seismic stuff has been happening in this small town. Stuff that shouldn't physically be happening here, shaking the whole town more than booties in a rap video. The little girl of the family then does some sweet puzzle box stuff in her living room, revealing a ghost trap that she then takes to school. Turns out Paul Rudd's character is her teacher, and he totally knows exactly what that thing is, and reveals the history of the Ghostbusters, including mentioning the events of the first film. You know, with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and all that. No shots of a lumbering Statue of Liberty though. Might have been just a bit too fantastical for the overall tone of this trailer, we guess. We see our first spectral being hidden up among some pipes in an industrial site. It looks less like the humanoid ghosts we sometimes see in the series and more like an amorphous blob, akin to everyone's favorite, Slimer. Rudd's voiceover then explains that no one has seen a ghost in over 30 years, which just goes to show that the 2016 film definitely did not happen in this universe. Completely shut down. We then see the girl walking towards a shed, holding onto one of the classic PK meters. And in this shed, she finds a dark and deserted lab, complete with samples, horrible lighting, and even a proton pack. Probably best that you stay away from that one, kiddo. You don't really need to be taking a miniaturized nuclear accelerator to show and tell. Then we see that her previous entry in said show and tell is apparently filled to the brim with ooey gooey ectoplasmy goodness, which rightly freaks Paul Rudd the heck out. His face there makes it look like he just dropped a serious Halloween 6 in his pants. Finn does a bit of exploring around the farm late at night, which isn't really advisable in a film featuring ghosts, but I guess it pays off for him as he finds everyone's childhood dream car, the Ecto-1. Okay, maybe not everyone's. I mean, I guess some kids wanted to drive around like Optimus Prime or something like that, but close enough. And honestly, how could you not want the Ecto-1 when it is capable of doing some sweet donuts in a wheat field? That shot, by the way, is probably the absolute best fanboy freakout moment in the trailer. So good. Some supernatural stuff goes down, including some buses getting messed up by a smoke monster thing, which is just kind of a jerk move. Schools have enough budget problems as is without having to replace literally every window on their entire fleet of buses. Who's gonna pay for that, Ghosts? You? Where do you keep your money? You don't have pockets? Come on, man, think. Then we get yet another fan freakout shot, as Rudd's car is attacked by what looks to be one of the demon dogs from the first film. Just look at that claw and tell us that this isn't the same creature. Not quite sure what the puppy minions of Gozer are doing in this small town, terrorizing a science teacher. But hey, immortal demigod's gonna demigod. We then see some shots of the kids trying to bust a ghost while driving down the streets of this small town, doing just a bang-up job of hitting literally everything but the Spectre with blasts from a proton pack. Well done, kids. And then the Ecto-1 skids to a stop and gives us our title card. There is one thing, or rather 5 things, that are conspicuously missing from this trailer. The original cast. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Sigourney Weaver, and even Annie Potts have all been confirmed to appear in the movie. And yet the trailer doesn't really give us any hints of them at all. Maybe they're just saving the appearance of the legacy Ghostbusters for a second trailer? Or maybe they aren't going to be playing a big enough role in the final film to really warrant showing here. Either way, as much as we all would have liked to have seen them, we'll just have to wait, I guess. And while we're waiting, why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe button and the little bell icon thingamajigger. Also, be sure to go into your settings and turn on notifications if you're watching this on mobile. I'm not gonna say that it's guaranteed to keep ghosts away, but can't hurt. What did you think of the trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife? Are you excited for the movie to finally come out? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And while you're down there, why not consider subscribing to ScreenRant for more awesome videos just like this in your feed each and every day. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you at the movies.